Hello, hello. It's us again here in the press centre in Tel Aviv on day 3 of rehearsals for the Eurovision Song Contest 2019. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the first 3 countries we've seen, which is Armenia, Ireland, and Latvia. So Armenia, Richard, what are your thoughts on Armenia?
It's such a long time ago, really. It seemed like she was missing something on stage, like backing dancers. It didn't. I think if it was to work, I'll be honest here, the camera shots needs to be more focused on her rather than panned back. If you got rid of the shots near the beginning that panned back away from her, it could work. But to me, it wasn't a good opener for this semi-final like Cyprus or semi-final one. It didn't grab the attention like it should do.
No, I agree. There are definitely pieces of it there. I think having her on stage by herself was a mistake, especially when you think, there are lots of vocals on the track. In the music video there was a cast of hundreds, so it did feel a bit bizarre that she was there by herself. That being said, I think there were a lot of good points in it. I like the glass shattering the bridge of the song. I thought that was a really nice idea. But yeah, it does feel like it's a little bit off. I think having her alone on stage, while that works for some songs, I think for this one it was a bit of a mistake.
Ireland was next, and my goodness, it worked for me. To be honest, it suits her, and I think they've done the stage show around her. There's a whole 50s vibe going on, so when she first performed the song live on Dancing with the Stars, it was like a little cocktail milkshake 50s bar type thing, and we've got that back again. But it looks like she's dressed in the 50s, her hair's done as if the 50s, the makeup, and I think it's just based around her, and they've worked around her, and it, from the very, she starts by walking onto the stage rather than being there from the start. I just think the whole concept with the pop parts and everything, it works really well.
Yeah, stylistically it's really nice, and after Armenia being sort of very dark and slightly sinister, sort of having lots of colour, it's a bit campy, it's a bit fun. It works really nicely, and it's nice that, as you said, they've built the performance around her, because if someone gets onto stage and you can see that it's not quite who they are, then staging does look a bit awkward and clunky. But no, Sarah did a fantastic job, and yeah, it was just really fun to see. It's a nice upbeat song, which again coming between 2 slightly slower, more ballady songs. I think it's going to do good standing out. So that leaves us with Latvia. It would usually be Moldova at this point in the running order, but Moldova are rehearsing a bit later. So Latvia, I liked the Latvian song the first time I saw it in the Supernova semi-final. I thought, oh, that's nice. It was very intimate, a bit different. When it qualified for the final in Latvia, I was like, okay, that's unusual. When it won the final in Latvia, I was surprised. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I don't know. I think where it was a very intimate and very sort of close performance in Supernova, now having the camera further back, we're in a much bigger arena. I think it's lost some of what made it quite special for Supernova. Musically, I think it's beautiful. They perform it really well. I just think it's... Every year we get a song that's a nice song, but it doesn't quite sort of work on a Eurovision stage, and sadly I think that's Latvia this year.
I'm going to be honest, I think it's quite bland, and I know that's quite to the point. However, it's just going to get lost, I think. And they've tried to be arty with like the letterbox effect on the screen, so you've got the black lines at the top and the bottom, or the left and the right, and it just doesn't work, and I got bored with it.
And I think that's what you have to think. We've seen these songs several times a day in the press centre. We've listened to them for months, in the lead up to the contest. The average televoter is going to see it once for 3 minutes on the night, so you have to think, is this enough to grab their attention and think, oh, I'm going to pick up the phone and vote for you? In this case, I suspect probably not.
And I also think if it's worked well at the national final, why change something? And we've seen it already over the first semi-final, and if it's going to continue in this semi-final, it could hinder some chances, where we've already changed our mind, certainly in the first semi-final, and they've already improved, and we've taken a step back and think, we've changed our mind. So, swings and roundabouts, but in Latvia's case, I don't think it's worked.
It is interesting. We've seen a lot of songs so far that have kept their national final staging, but this was a bit of a miss. Okay, so that's all from us now, but we'll be back later to review the next set of songs. Yeah, certainly check back for that, and of course keep checking back for the live blogs on eurovisionisland.net. Bye.